Did you know that in 2025, President Donald Trump's administration has set its sights on a bold and controversial immigration policy that could reshape U.S. relations with Asia? Stay tuned until the end, because the number one country on this list will absolutely shock you. Welcome to our channel, where we dive deep into the latest global news with an informative and educational twist. We've put a ton of effort into researching the facts for this video, so if you find it valuable, please hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to stay updated. Today, we're uncovering the 8 Asian countries reportedly targeted by Trump's 2025 immigration crackdown, based on recent updates and policies. This is a seismic shift with diplomatic and economic consequences. So let's get started with number 8 and work our way to the jaw-dropping reveal. Kicking off our list at number 8 is Afghanistan. According to a June 2025 Reuters report, Afghanistan is one of 12 countries facing a full suspension of entry into the U.S. under Trump's new travel ban, effective June 9, 2025. The administration cites national security concerns, pointing to the Taliban's designation as a specially designated global terrorist group. This ban halts all visa categories, from tourist to employment-based, with exceptions only for diplomatic travel and certain special immigrant visas for those who worked with U.S. forces. The move has sparked debate, as Afghanistan's ongoing instability, coupled with the U.S.'s complex history there, raises questions about fairness. Critics argue this blanket ban could harm vulnerable refugees seeking safety, while supporters claim it's a necessary step to protect American borders. What do you think? Security necessity or overreach? Let us know in the comments. At number 7, we have Myanmar, a nation reeling from a devastating March 28, 2025 earthquake and ongoing civil war led by its military junta. A CNN report from June 2025 highlights Myanmar's inclusion in the travel ban, noting the junta's brutal actions, including village burnings and massacres. The U.S. has criticized the junta's leadership, which overthrew Aung San Suu Kyi's government, and Trump's policy aims to block entries due to concerns over vetting reliability. This decision could further isolate Myanmar, already struggling with humanitarian crises, and may push it closer to China, as noted in a Carnegie Endowment analysis. The U.S.'s soft power in Myanmar, once a strategic advantage, risks erosion as Trump cuts humanitarian aid programs. How will this affect Myanmar's people caught in the crossfire? It's a tough question with no easy answers. Number 6 is Laos, a country with a complicated U.S. history tied to the Vietnam War era. CNN's June 2025 report lists Laos among 7 nations facing partial visa restrictions, blocking tourist, business, student, and exchange visitor visas. The rationale? High visa overstay rates and insufficient cooperation on deportations. This move could strain U.S.-Laos relations, especially since Laos demanded the removal of American troops last year. For Laotians hoping to study or visit the U.S., options are now limited, though work visas may still be issued with shorter validity periods. The broader impact might push Laos toward closer economic ties with China, a trend we're seeing across Southeast Asia as Trump's tariffs disrupt trade, according to a Chatham House report from April 2025. The ripple effects are real, folks. Moving to number 5, Turkmenistan faces similar partial restrictions as Laos. The White House June 2025 proclamation, reported by Reuters, points to Turkmenistan's high visa overstay rates as a key reason. This Central Asian nation, known for its secretive government, now sees its citizens barred from tourist and student visas, limiting opportunities for cultural and educational exchange. The Trump administration argues this protects U.S. security, but critics, like Oxfam America's Abby Maxman, call it divisive, per a Boundless.com report. With Turkmenistan's economy heavily reliant on gas exports, this ban might not shift its geopolitics drastically, but it could reduce its global engagement. Are these restrictions fair, or do they unfairly target smaller nations? Drop your thoughts below. At number 4, we find Iran, a country long at odds with U.S. policy. Included in the full travel ban, Iran's citizens are barred from all U.S. visas, as per the June 2025 Reuters report. The Trump administration justifies this with Iran's alleged support for terrorism and poor cooperation on deportations. This echoes Trump's first-term Muslim ban, which faced legal challenges, but was upheld by the Supreme Court in 2018. The renewed ban could escalate tensions, especially as Iran navigates its role in Middle Eastern conflicts. For Iranian Americans, this policy risks separating families, a concern raised by Stop Oppie Hate in January 2025. The stakes are high, and the human cost is real. Number 3 is Yemen, another nation under a full travel ban. The BBC's June 2025 coverage notes Yemen's inclusion due to its ongoing conflict and lack of reliable identity verification systems. Yemen's humanitarian crisis, worsened by years of war, makes this ban particularly controversial. The U.S. argues it's about security, citing incidents like the Boulder, Colorado, attack by an Egyptian visa overstayer, though Egypt itself isn't banned. Exceptions for adoptions and diplomatic travel apply, but for most Yemenis, the U.S. is off-limits. This could deepen Yemen's isolation and complicate U.S. efforts to stabilize the region. What's the balance between security and compassion here? Let's discuss. At number 2, Somalia faces a full entry ban, as outlined in the White House June 2025 proclamation. The rationale includes Somalia's challenges with governance and vetting processes, amid ongoing insurgencies. This ban affects all visa types, severely limiting Somali access to the U.S. for education, work, or family reunification. The African Union has expressed concern, per Reuters, about the ban's impact on diplomatic and educational exchanges. For a nation already grappling with instability, this could hinder development and push Somalia toward other global players like China. The human stories behind these policies are heartbreaking. Share your perspective in the comments. Now, for the number 1 country that will shock you, Venezuela. Yes, you heard that right, Venezuela, though geographically in South America, is often grouped with Asian nations in policy discussions due to its partial visa restrictions, as noted in CNN's June 2025 report. Why the shock? Venezuela's inclusion targets its citizens' high visa overstay rates, but it's a bold move given its political and economic turmoil. Trump's administration sees this as a way to curb illegal immigration, but critics argue it punishes those fleeing oppression. This policy could reshape U.S.-Latin American relations, with ripple effects felt in Asia's trade networks, as Venezuela's oil exports impact global markets. What's your take on this surprising pick? To wrap up, Trump's 2025 travel ban and visa restrictions, effective June 9, 2025, signal a hardline stance on immigration, with 8 Asian countries, Afghanistan, Myanmar, Laos, Turkmenistan, Iran, Yemen, Somalia, and the surprising inclusion of Venezuela, facing significant barriers. These policies, rooted in security and visa compliance concerns, risk straining diplomatic ties and pushing nations toward China, as seen in Carnegie and Chatham House analyses. The human and geopolitical costs are immense, and the debate is far from over. If this video opened your eyes, hit that subscribe button, share it with friends, and let us know your thoughts below. Stay informed, and we'll see you in the next one.